Good afternoon. The first thing that you all need to do is complete your bell ringer, which we've been doing every day. You need to do the 4 day 3 boxes. And your substitute's just going to keep an eye on you and do like you did yesterday. When you finish filling in these 4 boxes, then if you'll just turn your paper over, and then that way that person, that your sub, will know when you're finished. And when most everyone is finished, substitute, if you'll just pause the video right now at this point, whenever you're ready to check, if you'll just play the video again, I'm going to give the kids their answers, go over that with them, and then they will put this sheet back up in their folder. So pause the video while they work out these 4 problems. It should take 5 minutes or less. When most everyone's done, check answers. So this is a 3-digit subtraction. You should line up your ones, tens, and hundreds. Remember at this point. And you everybody knows by now when there's more on the floor, y'all know to go next door. 17 minus 8 is 9. Go to the tens place. Same thing when there's more on the floor. 2 minus 5 is 8. And I got 489 for the difference. Did anybody add back to check? If not, that's okay. But that way you don't have to rely on somebody else to let you know if the answer's right. Six times 7 is 42. 5 times 9 is 45. 9 times 9 is 81. 18 divided by 9 is 2. 42 divided by 6 is 7. 36 divided by 4 is 9. The store's Jawbreakers has 50 pieces, 5 customers. That's in word form, but it's a digit. Buy equal number of Jawbreakers until the jar is empty. How many pieces did each customer buy? So 50 put into groups of 5 would give you 10, because 5 times 10 equals 50. All right, put that piece of paper in your blue folder so you can pull it out for tomorrow. Then we're going to do the lesson. So if you need to pause the video while the students put this up. And here's today's lesson. We have been talking about fractions on a number line. We are learning to understand and represent fractions as a number on a number line. Let's look at this. Remember, the first thing we do the past couple of days, we start at 0 and we make our jumps to know how many parts the number line has been broken up into. So here we start at 0, 1, 2, 3. How many equal parts are there? There's 3. What fraction does each part show? It shows 1/3. So I could come back up here and say that each part is 1/3. And if we write in the missing labels on the number line, 0 is, when you're at 0, that's 0/3, 1/3, 2/3, and 3/3 is where 1 is located. Look at the section between 0 and 1 on this number line. And we're going to start at 0 again. Y'all can take your air pen like we've been doing and count with me. Make sure I do it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's been broken up into 8 equal parts. And what fraction does each part show or represent? 1/8. And so we can go back and count by 8s. 0/8, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and 8/8. Air pen, y'all count with me. Woo. Better do the ink, not move the mouse. Ready? Now count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this number line has been partitioned into 6. Each part is 1/6. We have 0, 6. 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, and 6, 6. If we look at these number lines that were on problems 2, 3, and 4, we can talk about how showing fraction on a number line is like showing fractions using models. I keep talking about how we would have a circle or a whole shape and we partitioned it or broke it up into equal sized pieces. Showing fractions on a number line is just another way of showing how it can be broken up into equal sized parts. Instead of with a shape, we're using a number line instead. Okay. So now the substitute, if you will pause the video, and it says hand out number lines and communicators, but I actually want y'all to, you're going to have a piece of paper that you're actually going to write on with your pencil. You don't need to do it in the communicator. And when everybody has this piece of paper right here, then you can unpause the video again and they can walk through filling this out with me. Let's see if I can get it all in one. I think that's got it. Okay. All right, so like I said, pause the video. Everybody get this piece of paper in front of you. Students, you do not have to put this in the communicator like we have in the past. There's enough copies for everybody to have their own. So once everybody has this in front of them, if the substitute will unpause the video and we will walk through this together. So let's just look at the first number line. We have 0 on the left, 1 on the right, and with your pencil sitting on 0, let's jump and count. 1, 2. So that number line has been partitioned into halves, and on the underside of the number line, let's label it, counting by halves. 0 halves, 1 half, 2 halves. Okay, does your number line look like mine? All right, let's go to the next number line. Put your pencil on 0, and we're going to jump to each tick mark and stop at 1 and see what this one's partitioned into. 1, 2, 3. So this one's been broken up into thirds. We're going to count by thirds. 0 thirds, 1 third, 2 thirds, 3 thirds. The next line, start at 0 and jump and count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to count by fourths. 0 fourths, 1 fourth, 2 fourths, 3 fourths, and 4 fourths. Next line, start at 0, jump and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0 6, 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6, 5 6, and 6 6. What do you notice about the denominator on just this number line, for instance? It stays the same. And notice the numerator. That ends up being your counting numbers. So on each of these number lines, the denominator stays the same, and the numerator, the number up on top, you're counting. All right, let's do the last one. Start at 0, jump and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to count by eighths. 0 eighths, 1 eighth, 2 eighths, 3 eighths, 4 eighths, 5 eighths, 6 eighths, 7 eighths, and 8 eighths. Same thing here. The denominator, the number on bottom, was all 8. And the numerator's up on top. You're counting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can put that piece of paper off to the side. You may actually use it to help you with this next part. You also have a piece of paper that the substitute can pause the video and hand this out. It's partitioning and labeling number line fractions where the tick marks are not there, so you actually have to partition it and then label it. So if the substitute will pause the video and pass these out, and we'll walk through these together. All right, number 1 says partition into 6 equal pieces and label each partition. If we're going to make 6 pieces, we're going to draw 5 lines, remember? Okay. Let's put 1 in the middle to split it in half. And let's put 2 over here to the left of that. And then 2 over here to the right of that. That makes it easier to space those out. All right, and then we're going to say count by 6. 0, 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, and 6, 6. Number 2, partition into 2 equal pieces. So if we're going to need 2 parts, we're going to draw 1 line. This one's really easy. Let's just cut it in half, right? Pretty close to the middle. And we're going to count by halves. 0 half, 1 half, and 2 halves. Remember, as long as you get your lines close, you will be all right. Let's not spend a lot of time worrying about those tick marks. If you just follow with Miss Outlaw, you should be okay. Number 3, partition into 8 equal pieces and label each partition. So if we're going to do 8 pieces, we're going to draw 7 lines. And because 8 is an even number, let's do like we did with the 6. Let's cut it in half first. So put that line in the middle. And on the left side, let's do 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. And on the right side, let's do 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. And that will be our 7 lines. And we're going to count by 8s. Y'all ready? What's our denominator going to be on all of these? That's right, 8. And then we're going to count across the top. 0 8s, 1 8, 2 8s, 3 8s, 4 8s, 5 8s, 6 8s, and 7 8s. Number 4, we're going to partition it into 3 equal pieces, so we need to draw 2 lines. 3 is an odd number, so we can't split it in half first, but we can just kind of eyeball it a little bit. Draw a line a little bit to the left of the middle and to the right of the middle. And there we go. We're in good shape. Now we're going to count by thirds. 0 third, 1 third, 2 thirds, and 3 thirds. And then the last one. We're going to make 4 equal pieces, so we're going to draw 3 lines. Let's split it in half first. And then let's just do 1 line on the left side, and then 1 line on the right side of the middle. And then we're going to count by fourths. 0 fourths, 1 fourths, 2 fourths, 3 fourths, and 4 fourths. Okay? All right. So you can put this paper to the side along with this one that we did together, and you may need to use those to help you with the math practice sheet in just a little bit. All right, there you have a try it strip that your teacher can hand out to you. It looks like this on the board right here. It also looks like this is this size. It says day 2 and day 3. What we're going to do is just do number 8 today. Hold on to this try it strip, and you're going to put it in your math practice, and we need to pull it out to do 9 tomorrow together. So let's look at the number line below. What fraction is at A? I'd like for you to try this by yourself. Remember, you're going to start at 0 and make your jumps and to 1 and see how many parts it's been broken up into. And then you can go down below and label, and then you should quickly and easily be able to see where A is located. Again, substitute, if you will pause the video and give students an opportunity to first work this out by themselves. and they can turn and talk and check answers with a partner, and I'll just verify what the answer should be when you start the video back. So everybody I know did this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's broken up into fourths. We're pros at this now, right? And you're going to count by fourths. 0 fourth, 1 fourth, 2 fourths, 3 fourths, and 4 fourths. So A, what fraction is at A? 3 fourths. Did y'all get that right? Okay. Remember not to do number 9. We're doing that tomorrow. Let's look at a couple of practice problems now that we've done all of these hands-on. Which point shows where the fraction 1/8 is located? Well, it's always helpful to me to actually label it, or we know we're going to count by 8, so we can just start at 0 and jump and count. Let's try that. 0/8, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and 8/8. And we needed to look and see what point shows 1/8. So we started at 0/8 and we jumped, and so it's actually point S that is at 1/8. Did you all figure that one out? So it is B. Good job. What is the size of the shaded piece of the number line? Well, let's see how many parts from just 0 to 1 is all we're looking at. You might see number lines that have other parts right here. We don't need to look at that right now. Let's just focus on what it's broken up in that one whole from 0 to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's been broken up into 6. 6. So that's what we need to count by. 0, 6, 1, 6, 2, 6. And it's asking, what is the size of that shaded piece? That's right, it's A, 2, 6. That's the only one with the 6 as a denominator. These other ones are not correct. So if we use a number line below to show the fraction 4/6, from 0 to 1, 6 is telling us how many pieces it needs to be broken up into. We can tell that by all that practice we've been doing so far. So I'm going to put it into 6 parts, 5 lines, and jump and count until I hit 4/6. 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6. And that's where 4/6 would go, and that is why. Use this number line to show that 8/8 is equal to 1 whole. There are 8/8 in 1 whole. So 8/8 looks like this as a fraction, and that number on the bottom, the denominator, is telling you how many parts it needs to be broken up into. Okay, so I have 7 lines, 8 parts, 7 lines. And this is how I know that there are 8/8 in 1 whole, because when I break it up into 8 parts and I count, I end up with 8/8 being the same place where the 1 whole is. All right, so substitute, if you'll pass or get a student to pass out the stickies for them to do a quick check. What they do is they give answers to this problem I'm about to show. If they get it right, they get their math practice pages. If they miss it, they need to try it again. You may need to conference with them and talk with them about that. What value does the red dot represent? In other words, what fraction is located at that red dot? You just need to look from 0 to 1 and see what it's broken up into. Jump from 0 to 1, see what it's broken up into, and then all you need to put on your sticky is what the answer is. Is it A, B, C, or D? You all know the routine. And so the sub can pause the video and let y'all get that answer. But I'm going to go ahead and show you, those of you that get it right, you're going to complete the front only of page 171, and then you're also going to have a second sheet that's going to be locating and naming fractions. Locating, naming, and comparing fractions. Those of you who normally work independently, please do that same thing, and you can check answers with a partner. Those of you who normally work in small group, go to the back table, and your substitute will sit back and work through that with you. Once you finish those, if there's time remaining in class, please go to extra math and complete your fluency for today.